Lyndon Lebayan.
Testing, test. Okay, I need a haircut, yes, and I am covered in dog hair. All right, hi guys, my name is Lyndon, and I'm a full-time software developer. I also moonlight as a wedding videographer / wedding filmmaker. I say videographer because that's really what I am, but on my website I put filmmaker because it sounds pretty awesome. I know that'll trigger a lot of people, so sorry about that. All right, well, judging from the last video, I guess it's pretty obvious camera bodies and lenses are a very passionate and hot topic for people. But today I want to talk about another way of spending potentially thousands of dollars towards like a video or videography business that doesn't go into cameras and lenses. But story time, we'll start off with story time. So last year I had a couple from earlier in the season who loved their wedding video, who reached out this year asking for a re-edit. They had asked if I had more footage of a grandparent to incorporate more shots of this grandparent in the video. Of all the things I spent money on, my long-term storage was severely lacking. It's super easy to spend money on upgrading the PC that you edit with. Maybe buying a laptop if you edit on a laptop. It's easy to buy SD cards, larger SD cards, faster SD cards. It's easy to buy more batteries, lights, stands, gimbals, other cameras and lenses. I really let my storage slack. So I had to go back to this couple and let them know I didn't have the footage anymore. The first problem is I didn't back up the project files. After I edit a wedding, it'll sit on my editing PC for maybe a couple weeks. And second, I actually ran out of space a long time ago on my personal long-term storage solution. We'll call it that. So we've got a Mediasonic Pro Box and a Western Digital MyBook. This is a 4-bay external enclosure. It's got a lot of dust in it, but this has got 3 hard drives in it right now. I think one of them is a 2 terabyte Western Digital Green, and I've got 2 500 gig Seagates. I used to have another 1 terabyte Western Digital in here, and that crapped out. These drives are from like 2004, 2005, and this Pro Box is from, I want to say 2006, just slightly later. These used to live in another computer that I had back then, and decided to move them into this Mediasonic box. When that filled up, I ended up picking up just a MyBook. It's a 10 terabyte Western Digital MyBook. After the first year of weddings and like first year of vlogging and shooting videos, kind of just filled up, and I never really cleaned it up. So in terms of the MyBook, there's no real redundancy, not unless I went out of my way to back it up to another drive, but I don't have any more space, or didn't have any more space to back it up. So when it comes to redundancy, obviously the MyBook has no real redundancy, and the Mediasonic box, I think, has a software RAID controller built in, but they don't call it RAID. I think it's just like Media Sync, where you can match drives together. One of the main problems is that it is USB 2.0. I mean, it does offer eSATA, but who the hell has eSATA? But yeah, this is the solution. Ran out of space quite easily. Our drives are super old, and I just never really bothered to upgrade. God, it's so dusty. Hold on, see the drives pop. Oh yeah, this is the 2 terabyte. Oh, I just broke something. Oh God, did a screw come out? Oh God. So we're still in wedding preseason for me. My wedding season doesn't start till June this year, and will go till October. I want to have a solid long-term storage solution with redundancy. And what does that mean? It means a NAS. So long story short, we're gonna take some PC parts, shove them in a case, throw some hard drives in, install FreeNAS. All right, so I had already started this NAS project by throwing in some old PC parts. I'll pop them on the screen. Tested out TrueNAS with 2 4 terabyte hard drives, just to set up like a basic mirror. And I ended up picking up 2 more hard drives, 2 10 terabytes, running that mirrored. The 4 terabyte hard drives I filled up with everything from the Mediasonic box, my personal stuff. The 10 terabytes were filled up basically by whatever was in that Western Digital MyBook. All right, but what about this year? And what about next year? With these drives filled up, I ended up picking up 2 16 terabyte drives. Plan to run these mirrored as well. My idea is that between the 2 10s and the 2 16 terabytes, I'll be able to at least carry 2 years worth of wedding footage backups while I delete older footage going into, let's say, year 3, making room for new footage. This case is a crappy Antec case that I bought for like 80 bucks. It only has space for 4 hard drives, but it does have 4 5-inch drive bays, which I'm going to use these adapters to get them to fit. Since we're already in the business of triggering people in this video, I should mention I'm shooting on the S5 right now with continuous autofocus, single point. I think it's here. I think the single point autofocus is here. When I held the hard drives up, I have no clue if that autofocused, but whatever. Time lapse time. I was initially going to use these adapters for the 3-inch drives to the 5-inch drives, 5-inch drive bays on the 16 terabyte drives, but the commercial drives, the golds, I guess, don't have a center screw hole. They only have the 2 outer ones, whereas the adapter assumes that you're going to be able to use the center ones. Well, it turns out these consumer reds have 3, where this guy has 2. So I'm going to have to put the 16s into the drive bays that the 4s were in and move the 4s to the top of the case. All the parts I had in here, minus the actual drives, were spare parts from just computering over the past how many years. So technically was the most cost-effective way of approaching a NAS solution. If I didn't have all these spare parts, maybe buying like a actual NAS or like a Synology or equivalent would have probably been better. Shoot, this video's all over the place. What you're seeing behind me is what I call my command center data quarter. So this basement is essentially my only safe space in the home that my fiance allows me to really make decisions in and take control of. So this corner is, houses my router, modem, the NAS, and my Pi that actually houses my personal Git repos, and also my website, which I still gotta get around to fixing. This stuff should be hooked up to my APC, but I've got electrical problems at the moment that need to be addressed. My electrician buddy was supposed to come over today. I wanted it to be part of this video where that was the idea, that was the intention, but he felt sick today, so he didn't want to come over, which I totally respect. But that might be another video. I wanted to put this NAS and the APC on like an elevated. Right now I've got the NAS on a leftover countertop that we used when we did our countertops in the kitchen, but I want to make a DIY shelf to put the NAS and the APC on. APC is the brand. Put the UPS on and have that lifted off the ground. I forgot to mention the reason why I decided to go with the APC UPS is because it uses a communication protocol called PowerShoot. In the event of a power outage, when the battery kicks in, it can send a signal to other PowerShoot compliant devices and trigger a shutdown. The reason why I went with TrueNAS is because it supports PowerShoot. So while the modem and the router or whatever can power on to keep the internet going for like the IoT stuff in the rest of the house, PowerShoot can be triggered from this guy and shut off the NAS safely without having to worry about like data loss or data corruption. If you guys are, I don't know, I don't know who's actually watching these videos, but if you guys are interested, read into PowerShoot and look up other PowerShoot compliant devices and software, because I think it's pretty cool. So that pretty much does it. Again, these videos aren't really me like giving tips and tricks or telling people they're doing things the wrong way and they should be doing it like my way. This is me, rolling with a wedding videography business because I love doing it and documenting a little bit of what goes on before, during, and after the wedding season. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, thanks guys. Bye. Wait a minute. What do we have here?